Hello everybody, welcome back to 21st Century Football, a complete guide to football in the 21st century. The clue's in the title. My name's Will Brazier and today we're talking about Jose Mourinho. Why? Because we can. Today I'm joined by an elite panel of football experts, starting with a man that knows more about maths than me, because I got a C and he got a B or above.
I actually got a degree in mathematics, 0.3% off a 2-1, Will, so please can you address me with a correct title? Mathematics and Science, BSc, Statman Dave. Thank you.
Statman Chains back on the scene. If you're watching the YouTube video, cop a load of that. The ASOS links will be not in the description. And welcome back, Joe McGrath. Welcome, Joe McGrath.
How are we, okay?
Well, I was going to say welcome him back because we have, I'll let you behind the curtain, guys, we have filmed one already.
Oh.
And Joe, people will know your voice. You laugh at my jokes.
Yeah, you know, you slip me a tenner every recording. Just say, when I drop a little line or two, laugh at me, and I do. I think I just do the perfect amount as well.
Yeah,
I don't fake laugh at you too much. I just spot on.
I think until that point, people would have believed that you were sort of genuine in your laughter, but that's not the case.
The secret is out, mate. The secret is out.
Yeah, we're locked behind the curtain stuff today. Speaking of curtains, Dave, how's that new shirt of yours?
Hey,
let's go!
For the audio
baby!
listeners, Dave looks like he's wearing a curtain.
No, it is nice. That is style. You are. Look, you know.
Yeah. Look, this relationship's really going to break soon. First and foremost, we go, lads, we're going to go for some beers after the podcast.
Oh, he's bringing it up.
I've got my own friends. Proper friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts. And then bam, you talk about the curtains. Like this new bad man shirt isn't a good thing.
No, look, on a serious note, I'd just like to be clear. My statement on Dave's fashion is I do actually like it, but as we grow a friendship bond, you sort of have to take the mick out of certain elements. I've got a big nose, small eyes. That's free reign for everyone.
Just big.
Well, there you go. We sort of put it all on the table. Let's chat about what's on this table. Jose Mourinho.
Oh,
Wow. First manager, Joe. Why?
First manager?
Yeah.
What do you mean, first manager?
Well, I think this is the first manager that we're solely talking about.
Oh, right. Sorry. I didn't know what you meant by that.
What did you think I meant?
I didn't feel like ever. Oh, wait, was it? I said,
We
what?
done Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, come on, get with it, Will.
Okay, let's talk about Jose Mourinho's
Roy
football
Keane
career.
as well.
In the
We've done Roy Keane.
Yeah, great manager.
And I
Sunderland
said
till he died.
the way he played and managed Carlos Edwards was some of the best player management I've ever seen. But Jose Mourinho, strictly a
Yes. Do you know what? Great guy. No, he's not really. His career has been a roller coaster ride. Mainly the Blackpool big one. You go up, you go up, you go up, you go up, you go up. You poo your pants at the top, then you come down.
What you like on roller coasters?
Exactly how I just mentioned.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I do like a roller coaster. Oh, he's like the Oblivion. Up, up, up. You kind of stop. You halt a bit at Alton Towers, and then you just go crashing into the floor.
Do you know that?
Hold on.
What?
He won 2 Champions Leagues.
on,
you
can't
get the metaphor, Dave. You go up, up, up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Your metaphor's wrong. It's a double dipper.
Oh, it's a double dipper, right?
Come on.
What?
My first ever roller coaster ride was on Oblivion.
Really?
Yeah. We went for a work day out, and I sort of got absolutely dragged on, and I was on the front of Oblivion. Imagine that.
I imagine you were scared out of your mind.
Luckily
they
didn't do too much of the. Sorry, they didn't too much of the
jolting bit.
Yeah, it was straight down. I actually thought just real diversion.
Roller coaster, 21st century.
I felt like I was going to explode.
What?
I just felt like my body was going to explode. Anyone else feel that on a roller coaster?
It's just a roller coaster, mate.
I actually thought it was going to explode. Jose Mourinho, obviously, we've gone through the Wikipedia page. We've picked out the parts that, sort of work best for us. And Dave, you're kicking things off.
Jose Mourinho, born 26th of January 1963, is a Portuguese professional football manager and former player who most recently was the head coach of Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur.
Ooh.
He's widely considered as one of the greatest managers of all time and one of the most decorated managers ever.
Wow. I've got that. Jose Mourinho is one of 5 coaches to have won the European Cup with 2 clubs. Big news.
Sorry, Joe. And I've got Jose has never done a backwards roll.
Really?
How do you know that?
What do you mean?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? How do I know that?
Will you write the script?
No, I don't.
You do? Do you know who's done that?
I just don't think Jose Mourinho in his lifetime has ever done a backwards roll.
No, he definitely would have.
No, he wouldn't have.
Definitely not been on the Dick Tingler. We normally chat about stats and quotes from a player, but instead, gentlemen, I want to ask a big question.
Yes.
It's going to be... Sorry. I want to ask a big question, and that big question is, has Jose lost it as a football manager? Will we ever see another successful Jose side? Obviously, comes as of recording. Jose sacked this week. Gone.
Yeah, I think that's why we've done it, because Jose Mourinho's gone from Tottenham. He's only been in charge for 18 months.
Yep.
A manager who, like we've mentioned, has the roller coaster ride. He seems to inspire teams at the start of his career to get the best out of players, grind out results. Yeah, sorry. Well,
I was going to say this would be oblivion.
This would be oblivion. He's done all that, and he's turned games around on its head. He's got unbelievable results against the best teams in the world. He's led so many different clubs to Champions League finals, won the lot really. But now there's been a slippery slope. It kind of started a bit with his second coming at Chelsea, even though he did do all right back at Chelsea, Premier League title. The United spell was interesting. Couple of games won, coming second in the league to Man City, which he says is one of his greatest achievements of all time. And then an awful third season. I can remember that well because I did something with the producer here of the show where he left me by myself in what was called a watch-along to watch Manchester United get battered by Liverpool 3-1. And I was all by myself that day. And that was just me watching United getting destroyed. And after that game, you'll remember Jose Mourinho got the sack from United. Do you remember that? That was the kind of game that the final nail on the coffin.
No, I don't remember that.
The 3-1 to Liverpool. Was it 3-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3-1.
I deleted it from my memory, Joe.
Yeah, and then Spurs, there was a documentary about it. Good watch. I don't know if you watched the Amazon All or Nothing. Have you watched it with Spurs?
Yeah, I mean, that one was better. I actually spent a day at Tottenham's Lodge.
Pardon?
With some of his staff.
And how was that?
Yeah, it was good. I quite enjoyed it. If I ever do get the chance to become a professional player and end up under his tutelage, I'll be happy about it.
So, but he's lost it. He's clearly lost it.
I don't know if he has. Dave?
I think it suits... He suits a team that's maybe the underdog, and I think that's his big problem, that he hasn't been the underdog probably since Inter Milan. In terms of the clubs that he's managed, there's expectation at Chelsea, expectation at Real Madrid, expectation at Manchester United, expectation at Tottenham. This is the best squad they've ever had. They played their best football. They just got to a Champions League semi-final, or final, should I say, and bottled it on that stage under Maurizio Pochettino, and he was the answer. Daniel Levy had a stinker and pushed it forward, but I think Jose deserves... at least another few shots at either international level football or a weaker team. I think the things that he did with Porto and with Inter Milan, we can't go past it. He is one of the greatest managers of all time. You've got to take into consideration as well, his Real Madrid team won La Liga when Pep Guardiola was still manager, with Messi, with Xavi, with Iniesta. There's some big achievements in Jose Mourinho's career, and I think we move away from that by the water that's muddied by not only himself, but the British press have attacked him. The attitude of Mourinho has probably changed over time as well, and he's not the most likeable figure.
Yeah.
But I think when you get behind him...
He was the happy one going into this club,
That's what he said, yeah, I'm the happy one now.
Yeah, I think he was just getting a bit of a paycheck then and a bit of a sacking, and he probably believed in himself, and I think the first few months at Spurs did work, but then obviously the players, by all reports, have fell out with him, and I think that was been Jose's point, that he's not moved on his management style from those days of being as being the underdog, as... having the older players, should we say. Porto was obviously different, new up-and-coming manager, enthusiasm, methodology, they're going to back him. Inter Milan was different. He had all these players that were the back end of their career, and this was their time. They had to do it Mourinho's way, or that was it. And they did something incredible. They won the treble. First time in 40-odd years for Inter Milan. And that team was amazing. That was a very, very good team, one of the best defensive teams that won the Champions League. So as much as Jose may have dropped off in what he's doing, I think... would he have picked all these clubs? So what suits Jose?
Well, what you're saying then is if his next job, it has to be a team. What would you say his perfect next job is? An underdog side who need to, or a side of older players who need to get results for that season because it could be their last chance.
I think it could have been fine with PSG, pre-Poch going over there.
Yeah.
Then that would have been adaptable for them. They played pretty poor football previously under Tuchel compared to what Tuchel's done previously. Same with Pochettino. There's not much Pochettino's side in that. Neymar and Mbappe on the counter-attack. I think Mourinho would allow them to do that and defensively would build a block behind that and it'd work. But I think the interesting side, I think the slide and the start of the decline for Jose was Real Madrid's lust for La Decima. That's why he left.
Ooh. Really likes the way you said lust for
You know, you consider that
Nice.
that La Liga Real Madrid team is the top scoring team of all time in
Yeah,
Liga
unbelievable.
history. Ronaldo, Di Maria, Benzema, Higuain, Mesut Ozil in his absolute pomp.
The
And I think
peak
that
of El
hurt Jose.
Clasicos as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some of those El Clasicos were unbelievable. And do you remember he used to always kick off as well because he used to stir the pot big time, didn't he?
Did he get poked in the eye? Or did he poke
No, he
an eye?
poked
He
someone,
poked somebody in the eye,
Do you
didn't he?
remember
Absolutely brilliant.
do you remember the where he kind of goes up behind someone, flicks the rear, walks away, chaos, bang, roof goes
That's
up.
just great. If you can cause that amount of chaos with one flick.
Yeah, no, it's sensational. But I think it's that level of, is he finished now? I don't think so, no. I think if I were Jose...
Portuguese Dave's not finished.
Hey.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. The Football Book Club, and I'll see you later.
I'd say international management's got to be what Jose should target next, because he'd clean up in that. That's a fixed tournament.
England manager.
Small games. It's going to work well for him. And I think that's if I were advising Jose's obviously going to listen to the podcast. You know, go for Portugal. Go for, you know, a nation that needs results and do that, and it'd be successful.
How do you... Portugal, I feel like, have reached their peak, though. That, I mean, Eder,
Yeah.
Euro 2016, how'd you get better than that?
That's an
Like,
awful
win a
team.
world-
Like, let's not forget that was an awful team. They were
Yeah, but
boring
who
as
cares?
anything.
If
But that's what I
England
mean.
won the Euros...
That's why Jose Mourinho will be a super successful manager. Because
what,
he's going to win.
international?
Yeah.
He's just going to win it.
He's
It's
great
going
in
to be
one-off
ugly,
games, isn't he?
but he's going to win it.
I just
England
feel,
manager.
Well, I wouldn't... I don't think.
I think he loves London too much.
I think it just on... is he a failure? Not a failure now, but is it sort of... was that last his big job? Like, that Spurs one... I feel like the way it was sort of set up for him and the way that the managers that they've gone through, he was supposed to be the one that was getting them this cup success.
Yeah.
But they've probably gone back a year.
Well, which let's not forget which he could have. He's approaching at the time of recording a cup final.
Yeah.
Against a team which he has obviously success over. He can beat a Pep Guardiola side. He's shown that time and time again. He was going to go into a cup final just before being sacked against that City side, just been knocked out the FA Cup. You know, they've got a big Champions League game. Could he have rocked the boat even more there? I don't know. The timing of it is so bizarre. We don't know much about it on recording.
But it comes off the back of getting knocked out of the Europa League by Dynamo Zagreb. I think that should have been the moment where they sack him. That's not good enough, full stop. Like, the talent Spurs have got, and they shouldn't be getting knocked out by Dynamo Zagreb. As much as Dynamo Zagreb have massively improved as a footballing side, and Orsic is an unbelievable footballer that likes to bang hat-tricks on the European stage, still, you shouldn't be losing to that side, first and foremost. And they should have sacked him then if they were going to sack him. And I think that's been Jose's almost, you know, the background of Jose Mourinho. You think about Manchester United, the backing. Did he get the backing? Did he get the players he wanted?
Mm-hmm.
No. Chelsea, last few seasons, did he get the backing? Nope. Spurs, did he get the backing? Probably not. And that's it. If you go with Jose, you have to do what he wants to do. You have to buy these old players that are going to be good for a year or two, and you're going to go with it. But you've got to go in there knowing that that's the case. You've got to go in knowing that you may have 1, 2, 3 years of success.
Yeah.
Then it's all going to blow up, and then you move on. But with Daniel Levy, like, what is he doing? He's gone from Pochettino, one of the most progressive managers in football and tactics and style and philosophy, to Jose Mourinho, which is on the polar opposite.
But that's what I mean. I think he's like sold that long-term vision for that short-term success, and he hasn't got it.
But then you've got to look at Daniel Levy as being an idiot. Like, you
In
go,
more ways than one.
you go for like what Jose's done recently. The football's not been great. You know that. But you have to have certain, like, if you employ Mourinho, you know what you're going to get. And it's naive for Daniel Levy to come out and say, oh, you know, it was a bad appointment. Yeah, you know, it's not good enough, because you know what Jose's going to give you. There's a track record there. It's an explosion. It's fun. It goes up, it goes down, and that is Mourinho.
Just on the players, though, I think it's been quite telling, and maybe this is taken with a pinch of salt, but the amount of players that have sort of posted nice things about him post-sacking, which I think a lot of people think, you know, he lost the dressing room, the players have gone to Levy, but, you know, I'm thinking, I just think it's a big bust-up between him and Levy about who knows what. Whoa, what you doing? If you got this far into the YouTube video, you probably want some more. So wherever you listen to your podcast, go and listen to the full thing. Link in the description, and we will rate the subject of this podcast. What's he drinking? Are we drinking with him? 5-a-side, and how iconic is he?